来宾，尊敬的各位来宾，女士们、先生们，大家早上好！欢迎大家来参加我们2014食品饮料创新论坛分论坛币营销品牌和战略。我们今天邀请了很多尊敬的贵宾，给我们带来很多成功案例的分享，希望能给大家在各自品牌的运营和经营当中带来不错的帮助。首先接下来 I would like to introduce our chairman today. 来自奥美集团的辛默先生，大家掌声欢迎。
早上好 and a very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor for me and it's a great pleasure to be your guide for the day. A day that promises to be packed with the good ingredients and insights from some of the top innovators in marketing and branding and strategy for food and drink brands in the Asia-Pacific region. Food and beverages, after all, are our basic needs, and it isn't surprising that families in China spend about 30% of their entire monthly expenditure basket on stuff that goes into their mouths. A huge part of that is consumed at home, almost $900 billion US. But people are eating out much more often, and they spent 928 billion renminbi dining out last year. They are drinking out of home and drinking in their homes. What's your guess about the size of the out-of-home alcohol market in China? You think people consume more or less than they consume at home? Any guesses? They actually consume more at home. They consume slightly less outside the home. And the convention is to think that people enjoy drinking when they are out with their friends or their colleagues. Socialization is a big part, but really they're drinking a lot at home as well. And then non-alcoholic drinks are being consumed in great quantities, and it isn't just brands from established brands like Tropicana or Starbucks or Costa. The sale of local drink concentrates is also rising very fast, as you can see an example of that up here. But the food industry faces a lot of challenges today, and that is something perhaps marketing can address. Yesterday, this conference devoted an entire day to food safety issues. Today, families want to know where their food comes from, how it is processed and packed and transported. As marketers, how do you communicate freshness in a credible and transparent manner? Your customers are reading labels much more than they used to 5 or even 3 years ago. And they don't always believe what you claim in your communications. They want to actually test things for themselves. But all these challenges also represent opportunities. And I'm sure you're looking forward to hear from the experts about how trust can be gained and value can be created. There are shifts in food culture too. Someone asked me earlier this week if it was true that the Chinese, while they were exploring international cuisine, they were extremely conservative when it came to their own cuisine. It had to be traditional, he said. But I countered him by suggesting that the success of restaurant chains such as 57 Degrees Xiang, which serves Hunanese teppanyaki, shows that there is enough innovation that is happening even within Chinese cuisine. So we must keep track of new trends. It is now fashionable for women to drink. For them, it is less about unwinding and more about having a good time with friends. Baileys, for example, has been quite successful in tapping into this trend. And I'm waiting to hear if Johnny Walker recognizes these consumers too. But for now, as your head waiter, let me lay out the menu for you. We've got through the day, starting with Chris Reiterman's keynote address, Innovation in the Digital Age. Following that, and I will introduce the speakers as they come up to the stage, we're going to talk about the future of individual choice, new products like Magic Box, creating value and relevance through emotionals, sustainable food branding, entertainment marketing, and how food brands might play a key role there. Again, how food and beverage brands can use WeChat and think about the internet in order to connect more deeply with the consumer in China. Each dish has been cooked by an acclaimed chef, and before I introduce Chris, I have a duty to thank a few organizations and a few people, beginning with Sinha Events, who have done an excellent job in organizing this conference, SGK, the Global Brand Development Activation and Deployment Company, who are the sponsors of today's session, and its APAC MD, Steve McGuinness. Thank you, Steve. Stella Jamie Lee of Karak for drawing in Pete Mitchell and Alexis Wong as speakers. You are all deeply appreciated. And can I hear a round of applause for the sponsors and for the supporters, please? Thank you. And I'm going to invite my colleague and good friend, Chris Reiterman, to come and deliver the keynote address. Chris has been with the Ogilvy Group for over 16 years in Europe and Asia Pacific, with experience across a range of disciplines. In 2000, he set up Ogilvy One in China, Ogilvy's direct marketing arm, growing the business into China's largest digital marketing network with over 500 people. Chris was involved in Ogilvy's B2B and technology clients like IBM, Cisco, and Motorola. In 2009, he took on the additional role of managing the Ogilvy Group in Shanghai, and since 2012, he was promoted to oversee Ogilvy and Mather's advertising business across Asia Pacific. Chris sits on the advisory boards of several internet businesses in China and writes regularly about digital and brand marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Chris Reiterman.